Welcome Wargamers to a very brief hobby update video. First one of these I've done for a little while. Essentially all I'm really covering today is just what I've got on the painting desk. I've randomly got a bit of a long weekend coming up and just decided that I wanted to see how many Space Marines I could get base coated in that time. Stuff like highlighting is going to take me a little bit longer, but what I'm hoping to do is to try and get them to about this level. This guy has mostly just had a base coat thrown on, a couple of washes. The actual hard edge highlighting normally takes me a hell of a long time, so it's going to take a little bit longer. But yeah, I decided I wanted to see how many Space Marines I could paint and get to base coated in the space of one weekend. Probably won't be able to spend all of the weekend painting solidly, but I'm going to give it my best to do as much as I can. You might also notice that rather than standard tactical Marines, these are all veterans from various companies. Well, from the first company I mean. Various sets was what I was going for. Some of these are pretty old and some of them are slightly newer. I think the oldest ones are probably at the back where you can't see them quite as well. I'll move some of the models in a minute. I've got a few special characters at the front, but I'm not going to be too bothered about rushing them because I always like to spend a little bit more time on them. They're really just here because they got undercoated at the same time. But we've got Chaplain Cassius, Librarian Tigarius there. You can see poking at the back Marnius Calgar, the Chapter Master of the Ultramarines. There's also if I just move Cassius, you'll just be able to see Captain Sicarius of the second company as well. So I'm not going to stress too much about the characters at this stage though. I might try and put some base coat on them, but the main focus is going to be getting all of these veterans done. This is an Ultramarines first company army. I've already started it with the Terminators that you can see at the back, and just sticking out there as well, you've got the Tyrannic War Veterans, who I also started to be a bit of a jokey command squad to go with Cassius when I get him painted up. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Rather than talk too much, I'm gonna just get straight painting now and get a lot of blue base coat over these models, hopefully, and we'll just see how far we get on with them. If you've not picked up any of these models before, they are really fun to paint. Like, a lot of them are probably either in fine cast rather than metal now, if they're still being made at all. Over here you've got Stern Guard veterans, various bolter, power fist or combi weapon combinations. This chap, I think, was a White Dwarf special release only miniature. This was a 25th anniversary Sergeant, I think. Available from the web store. You can still find some of these, even if they're not sold directly by Games Workshop. You can normally find them on eBay if you look hard enough, or various other trade sites might still have, the odd one kicking around. I've gone through all the characters on this side. There's the Ultramarines Honor Guard squad, old versions, so not the Primaris ones with storm shields. These guys actually have power axes and bolters. And behind them, oh yeah, those miniatures I was talking about, the older ones. Just slide these guys out of the way. Carefully. There we go. You can see these are veterans from a much older age, but in my opinion they still look cool. This guy's actually from one of the newer sets. These guys are the classic miniatures. I really like the look to this Sergeant, especially with the wreath on his head. But anyway, yeah, that's where I'm up to, and that's the challenge I've set myself for the weekend. Find out how I do in the next one. Enjoy!